Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jumpa lagi dengan saya Mufid. Alhamdulillah pada kesempatan ini saya berkesempatan untuk mendapatkan beasiswa pendidikan mikro kredensial bersama Kemendikbudristek dengan Ohio State University The Park Ace Language Education Research. Seperti apa kegiatannya? Mari kita saksikan.
Society, right? So we believe in that, and we believe that a quality education is really important. And then part of a quality education is giving the children access to the most important international language, right? We know that for the future, our children are going to have to participate as citizens of Indonesia, but also as citizens of an interconnected world, right? So we know that giving them the language skills for that is one of the most important things that we can do as teachers. So we're really, really excited to have the opportunity to work with all of you. I understood from the list that you come from all of the different places across Indonesia, right?
Yes, right.
And that's, I think, fantastic that all of us can come together to share this experience. I know for many of you, this is the last week of your vacation, right?
Yes.
Giving up the last week of your vacation in order to have this professional development opportunity. But I know Busodia was explaining to us that there were many, many hundreds of applicants and they could only choose you. And so I know that you really value it. Congratulations, we were really looking forward to it.
We had a great time, right, last year? But I think this is different and we're very excited to be here. I want to congratulate all of you. I heard that there are 59 of you from 18 provinces across Indonesia, from various pulau dan kepulauan, from Bali, Nusa Tenggara, Jawa, Kalimantan, Maluku, Sulawesi, Sumatera, Papua. You represent Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Special, and you have been selected among so many and accepted to this program to begin a learning journey with us in this program, to help shape the future of English language teaching and learning in Indonesia for our children, for our next generation. We would like to first express our
innovative pedagogy for teaching English, IPTA. The Ohio State University Amerika Serikat sama Kemendikbudristek, Kementerian Pendidikan Budaya dan Teknologi, secara resmi saya nyatakan dibuka.
Alright, and then another one is this Ohio formation. So it's like when we take pictures, when we go to different places, we're going to do this OHIO. So it's usually 4 people, or sometimes if you have 3, you find something that's not tall and that's like the I, right? So we're going to do OHIO. So you're OHIO, okay, you're really short. So this is OHIO. That's Ohio.
Ohio.
So, and then you can do
this. O.
So yeah, we have 4 sections, so we're going to do O-H-I-O. Alright, let's do that. Go with O, and A-H-I-O. Perfect. We have to take a picture of this, guys, because this is too brief.
My local bahasa Jepang.
No? Okay. Now that you brought accent, I have to say something about it. Alright, let me talk about this. Okay. You know what? Accents are beautiful.
Yes.
Right? There is no bad accent. Not everybody has to speak with Jakarta accent. Jakarta accent is beautiful too, by the way. I use that. That's my accent. You know, when I speak English, I have an accent too. I'm not a native. I'm not a native speaker of English. So, but you know, people have no problem with that, with how I speak English. So, okay, keep going. But accents are? Yeah. Exactly.
Because at Talent Canvas, there are Q&A. Alright, now, if you still have some questions, something in your mind, you may write down your question under the Q&A. So, all the lecturer will read and they will reply to you. So, your friends will read also. So, your information will be shared to everyone in the group. Okay? Okay.
That you're bringing into the classroom for this activity, right? How are you connecting to real-world language use, right? So the student will plus some sort of context, plus vocabulary, right? What vocabulary is required to do this objective, to accomplish this language function, to do what we want students to be able to do. And finally, what grammar might be necessary. Right? And so remember when I said a story, right? The students will describe themselves. Right? Does that make sense? Any questions about this chart? Bringing in context, maybe. Okay? But you're not changing everything. Okay? That was a great question. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. My objective is like this. The students will do transaction of clothes in the department store using expression, how much is the price of?
Okay. I heard a great context. Right. The students will
do
we were talking about recycling. They're going to focus on recycling, okay? And one of the activities that you could do in a discussion of recycling is look for a video online of an authentic text. We'll talk more about authentic texts after the break. You could look for a text, a video, or a written text that connects to and describes recycling. Right? And we found one of them, and it's something, so this is what we're going to be talking about when we talk about authentic text. To teach, or what you want to cover, and what you want to address. So is the context appropriate? Is it age appropriate? Right? If you take the recycling example, we wouldn't use a recycling video for adults because young people might not connect with that in the same way. So a recycling video for kids.
And the context.
Yeah.
Gonna build their house, gonna build their house with a yellow wall. Gonna build the roof, blue color, with the blue color. Open wide, two small windows inside. Gonna build their house. Gonna build their house. Gonna build their house with a yellow wall. Build their roof. Gonna build the roof. We can do color with the blue color. From there you can open wide. Two small windows you can fit inside. Gonna build their house. Gonna build their house. Gonna build their house. Woo!
Repeat it, and they would have to do it, right? So, but notice he was using the actions, words, and then he would stop and then make them do the action, right? I mean, for him it was like very fast, right? Probably not my style when I do it. Maybe I'm trying to be a little more calm, right? But again, it depends on saying the words and then try to do the action without saying the words. Sorry, I said it backwards. Say the words without the action and then have the students respond with the action. Okay? All right? And again, you don't always go in the same order. You saw that you would mix up the order to make sure that the students were paying attention. All right? Question for you. Okay? I have a question. The question is, do you work to help your mother and your father in your house? Do you do work? Like chores, right? Do you do chores? No? Somebody said yes? No?
No.
All right. What type of chores do you do to help your parents? Washing the dishes, sweeping the floor? Yeah? Sweeping the floor? Cleaning the mirrors? Tidying your room? Good.
Washing the car.
Washing the car? Okay. Doing the laundry? Washing the toilet? Worst job, right? Yeah. What else? Feeding the chickens. Actually, that's my job too. I have to feed the chickens. We have chickens too. Feeding the chickens, collecting the eggs, right? That's your important job. Okay, good. So, do you like to do the chores to help your parents? Yes.
Sometimes.
Maybe the other chores. Yeah. Okay, so it's good. It's good to help your parents, right? Good to do chores to help your parents. How many of you have brothers or sisters? One brother. One brother. Do your brothers and sisters do more chores or less chores than you?
Less chores.
And how do you feel when you have to do a lot of chores and your brothers and sisters don't do it? All right. Yes, of course we do. Right? Okay. So we're going to read a story about a boy who works very hard to help his mother and his father. The story is called Lazy Little Brother. What does it mean, lazy? Lazy. And little brother? What's the little brother? The little brother. Not the big brother, the little
Younger.
Younger brother.
What do we think that the story will be about? Lazy little brother. Boy who doesn't help with the chores. All right. So let's listen to the story here.
2 words.
Okay, wait. How many kita facilitators on the staff?
Mbak Ika mau ikut nggak?
Everybody who can take a facility,
Di sini.
can take a staff or
Mau ikut nggak?
facilitator.
Kopi lo dong, ya.
Come on, please join us.
Bro Ferry?
Bro Ferry?
Nebak.
Oh, nebak.
Pasang tangan dulu ya.
Oh, gitu.
Lu nggak mau? Belum pernah.
Tangan duluan ya.
Alright, Bapak Ibu, so these are 2 words, only 2 words.
2 words.
Come on.
Having dinner?
No. that's not a good way. Huh?
Eating, yeah?
It's not eating.
It's not eating.
No.
Washing dishes?
Yes. Washing dishes.
After eating.
Ini adalah contoh nyata dari do more than you are actually expected. Yeah.
So the last one, 3 words. 3 words.
Fokus, nggak usah ditambah-tambah.
Ya, jangan jadi impostermu kayak bapakmu. Jangan.
Riding a motorbike. Manual, Bu, manual.
What does it mean to become a trainer for you? Please. What does it mean for you to become a teacher trainer? Yes, sure. So just say it. I can hear you. Kalau pakai microphone waktunya ya.
So for me, like being a teacher trainer is like to become the speaker of the language. So when I become a teacher trainer, then the teacher will spread more languages to one person. What is it like? Like say, deliver the knowledge, and because we deliver the knowledge also to another trainer.
To be a trainer for English teachers, you don't only need English. Why you come here and you are selected because of your English is because the training is designed by English-speaking countries. So you have to understand the English from the resource person. However, to be a trainer for English teacher in primary school who might not have English background, they do not need to have English like yours. Because you are B2C1. And now we have English teachers in primary school who are only in A1. Right? Okay, one more please.
Today we talked about backward design. And there are 3 steps to backward design. We first identify what we want students to be able to do. That's referred to the desired results, right? What performance we want them to be able to do. We want them to engage in a conversation about themselves or their family, okay? We want them to describe their school, right? Create a video orientation of their school for visitors to their school. Some sort of performance, right? And then based on the activity video design, we have to create activities and instruction that help them to carry out that performance, right? We talk about performance a lot. Performance is about what we do with language, okay? And it's different than writing on a quiz, right? Writing on a quiz doesn't tell us what students can do with language. When we create activities that are focused on performance, students can show us what they can do with language. To that assessment, in the interpretive mode, the teacher can provide an oral description to the students and have the students guess a location in the city, right, using a map, or using that description. In the interpersonal, students could complete what's called an information gap or an info gap activity using a map of Columbus, where one student is giving directions to another student from one point to another in the city. And then presentational, students prepared short oral presentations related to different landmarks around the city to describe the city, and in doing this, they're getting to know different parts of the city. Like Peter said, we've been thinking about this for quite some time. And the last time that we did it, well, so first of all, I want you know, because we met some of the people some of the participants in the online group, right? How wonderful this experience is. And it is even more so wonderful because when we were, or for me anyway, because when we did it online, there were some challenges. When we did it online, we were doing it pretty late at night. So we would start, I think, at about 10 p.m. No, at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we would start our time. And normally at 8 p.m. I'm getting ready for bed. And so we would start at 8 p.m. and we would work very, in a way that was very compacted. We gave a lot of information online, and then on this end, the participants had to process it. And I think it was very stressful too, right? To take in all of that information and try to figure out what to do with it. And then the facilitators had to try to figure out what we were trying to share, right? And process it with the participants. And one night when I went home, I was very tired, and I was backing my car out of the parking space and I hit a pole. Right? So I was very sleepy, and it was dangerous, right? So this time, in addition to feeling connected, I think we experienced learning in really deep and important ways. We had time to really get to know one another interpersonally, right? And to learn where you've come from. You've learned where we've come from, and we've been able to share so much that we weren't able to share in the online approach. And so this was very much a gift. So thank you for that. Thank you for bringing yourselves and sharing it with us. And I'm so excited to hear what you do with what you've learned together this week when you go back to your classrooms. And I look forward to hearing more. And we definitely look forward to coming back again. And I would likewise like to thank Bu Yuseva, Pakivan, and you may also not know that Pakivan and Bu Sotia have worked tirelessly through WhatsApp texting for the past 2 years to make this happen. So thank you to you both. And thank you also to Pak Ivan and Pak Peter for being great collaborators, and Pak Ivan for bringing us here to experience Indonesia. And thank you all.
OH. Ayo. Okay, give applause. Thank you.
OH. Sekarang